Right, welcome to the latest in our video series, Getting to Know with UK Floorball Federation. And today we are joined by Cambridge. We've got Roman Pechhacker and Aaron Blowers here to talk us through all things Cambridge, so you get to know a bit more about them before the finals this weekend. So let's bring them on board now. Roman, Aaron, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Slightly short notice on the hottest day possibly of the millennium. So thank you both.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So first question, Roman. What is floorball to you?
Floorball is a really cool sport. I've been only playing it for I think like 5 or 6 years now. I used to play a lot of football back in Austria before. I never really heard of it, but ever since I came to the UK and I found the team and the sport here in Cambridge, and I was immediately hooked. It's a lot of fun. It's a team sport. It's very fast paced. It's a lot of running, a lot of sprinting, it's actually also quite physical, but also very technical. I mean, I guess I don't have to go through the rules or anything, but I'm not even sure I know them all. So anyway, it's a great sport. It's a lot of fun, and it can be played obviously competitively and also less competitively, and that's to me what floorball is.
Aaron, obviously Roman's just made allusions to running around, being really active on the outfield. Obviously, as a goalie, as a goaltender, your role slightly different.
Yeah. So we're the ones that are wearing all the massive amounts of clothing and padding and helmets and all that, because that ball is light as anything, which means it moves fast as anything. So I come away with a bunch of bruises on the arms, but most of the body's covered. So it's obviously a lot less running, very little running, but we're playing the whole game mostly on the knees. Lots of sort of side to side movements within that. It's quite, I'd call it quite acrobatic, almost in a bit of a way. So it may not involve all the running and sprinting, but I can assure you it's plenty tiring in its own right.
Do you have any like hair and skin on your knees? I recognise you wear knee pads, you wear the shorts over that, but
so I never realised the effect it had until the pandemic started. I do have patches on my knees that are kind of hairless. I never realised until the pandemic that was a floorball goalie thing. I thought it was just normal. And then it started growing back, and it's gone again. So yeah.
So obviously, Cambridge Floorball Club, quite a storied team in its own right. What does it mean for Cambridge to be back in the national finals? Aaron, I'm going to kick off with you.
Oh, it's great. It's funny one with the club. Like we're never going into this thing as like finals to win it or anything like that, but we're always going into a season with a good chance of getting there and a good chance of sort of showing ourselves, playing with confidence, and putting a good display out there. If you're playing a competitive sport, it's fantastic to be making it to this kind of level. Like the idea of playing at a UK national finals, we've done it in every season that I've been playing, I think, and several before it. I can't exactly claim that it's my impact alone. And it's a reward in its own right for putting in the effort during the season. And it's also just it's kind of just a celebration of floorball in a way as well, because like the community, the floorball community across the UK, it's quite small, but it's quite close knit as well. So it's just, you'll have a load of people there who aren't playing, who aren't competing at that point, who are just there to support people. And it's a really good sort of realization and way of tying a bow on the end of the season.
And Roman, obviously, we've all been through the pandemic, and floorball had a really tough spell as well with last season. It looked like we were going to get some season, then it was taken away again. And this year, the league's been a little reduced, but still, I think concentrated is how I'm going to describe it. It's been really concentrated. There's been a lot of talent. And just how important is it for you, for the sport, for us to be in Crystal Palace, that historic venue, playing this finals?
It's a great. I don't know the venue itself, but I've seen pictures of it by now, and it looks amazing. It looks like a really, really nice venue to play at, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it when we're there. Just to follow up, like in terms of the pandemic, floorball with being a team sport, like you have lots of people and being played mostly indoors or probably exclusively indoors. It was one of the one of the sports that was most difficult to get back on track, I guess, in terms of like regulations for COVID measures and things like that. So it was really, really good to be able to play again after the not being able to play for that long due to the pandemic. It was tough for us because we thought we had actually a really, really good team in the year that where the league then was called off. So it's then kind of doubly good for us to be able to make it back to the finals this year with also a very good team, I think. So yeah.
So Roman, we're going to stick with you as the outfield player for right now. What can people expect? They're going to be tuning in, or they're going to be in the stands. What are they going to see? What is Cambridge Floorball?
I think we are a team that we are typically successful in games where we stick to a defensive first mindset, where everybody fights for their fellow players. Everybody puts in a shift. Everybody gives 100%, and we wear other teams down with shot blocking and blocking the passing lanes, and then try to make them overcommit and then hit them on the break. That's typically the way that Cambridge Floorball Club was successful. And in the most recent seasons, I would say we have a couple of players that also allow us to play a little more on the front foot as well, which is why I think combined with the traditional way of being very, very hard to beat, and now having some extra skill in the team to be able to score more, we actually we believe for sure that we can beat anybody. Let's put it that way.
Aaron, is there anything you want to add there from your perspective?
No, I think he's right, and I've got to say, as the as the goalie on the team, obviously the defensive side is one I notice an awful lot, and I like to think I put in a bit of an effort on it, but like the effort that the guys put in on shot blocking is incredible. Because I'm wearing all the padding and stuff like that, it's not such an issue for me. But like when we're playing well, the amount of shot blocking going on is incredible, and then it's turning that into counterattacks. As Roman says, we've got some skilled guys as well who can sort of, if we're given an opportunity to break, they will punish it as well. So yeah, it's something that's really noticeable when we're playing well, and hopefully we'll see it a lot tomorrow. As Roman says, we'll back ourselves against anyone.
Now, you talk about shot blocking. Obviously, the outfield players, they're just shorts and t-shirt, and as a goalie, you've got a little bit more padding, but no, you're basically wearing a big jumper, is what you're wearing, and some maybe gloves if you're of that. Well, if you like wearing gloves, I don't know. Some goalies do, some don't. Some have short sleeves. It just boggles my mind because the floorball, as you well know, it's like being slapped really hard when it is traveling.
Yes, it's I'm fortunate that like most of the time, the only thing that's really exposed is like my forearms, really. So I've got elbow and knee padding for the floor, got chest protector, although like the one I have is good for rebound control, but it doesn't actually sort of stop you feeling the pain, but it does limit the bruising a little bit. The helmet does the job most of the time. Every now and again, one will catch you around the collarbone or something like that, where there's a little bit of padding missing, and that could be a nice sore one. But no, as much as I complain about all the gear I have to wear and how warm it's going to make me tomorrow, it definitely makes putting my body in front of something like that far better. And so I don't envy the people who are putting their unprotected bodies in front of that.
Yeah, and Roman is one of those. Talk to me about the mentality of you going into a game and knowing that I'm going to throw myself in front of a floorball, and that's what it's going to be.
So I can tell you from experience, during the game you don't feel any of those shot blocks, but after, that's when you feel them. So, but it's just it's a mindset kind of thing. Like if you're in there and if you like playing competitively and this is our strength, this is what you need to do in order to be successful, then you do it, and there's no like thinking twice about it or anything like that. But yeah, the day
every
after,
bruise you've got is a sign of a job done well.
So I think for the final thing really is firstly, thank you very much both of you for giving your time today. Bit of a cheeky question: is there anybody that we're really looking forward to potentially matching up with this weekend?
So for me, if I dare say, UCM is always the game that I look forward to the most, and it's in fact the team that we're playing in the semifinal. Because all the games that we play against them, they're very hard fought. They also enjoy quite a physical game, which also I definitely enjoy, and I think Cambridge in general enjoys. We've beaten them once already this season, but all the games were kind of close. So I'm really looking forward to that one, and yeah, we've played them a lot through the years, and I'm really looking forward to this one.
Okay, and Aaron.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I was realizing that after one of the tournaments this season that I've been playing for 8-9 years, something like that, and I think UCM's probably the team I've played most in my entire time, just because they've always been when we did the Midlands League, they were there. When we've done the English League, they've been there. We've played against them probably more than anyone else in my time, and they're always an enjoyable game. They're always a really tough opponent. They work hard, they play hard, they get physical, mostly in the right kind of ways. I think they'd tell you as well. They can push the line a little bit sometimes, but every team can a little bit. It's always a tough contest, but we always go in feeling like we've got a chance against them as well. So yeah, I think if there's a semi-final matchup like that, that's a satisfying one to get drawn, and I'm looking forward to a good game in there.
All right, and that is of course the 12:30 fixture. Let's just get those fixtures up for you. So kicking off with Southern Vipers and the Great White Sharks. I'm not going to ask the question. I'm not even going to hint at what that question might be. It doesn't need to be asking. Final thing is just, gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts or messages before the finals tomorrow?
Anyone who wants to get along, watch it. Absolutely. The more people getting involved, the better with all of this thing. You won't be disappointed with what you see. And I'd encourage anyone who's watching it and thinks, "Oh, this is a bit of fun." Give it a try. Anyone who tries it seems to love it. So yeah, give it a go. The clubs are always really welcoming. The community around floorball is a welcoming one in the UK. You can't go too far wrong with it. Give it a try.
And for tomorrow, cheer for Cambridge.
Well, that's going to do it for us here. Thank you so much, guys. Best of luck tomorrow, Roman and Aaron from Cambridge Floorball Club, and you can see them in action 12:30 on the UK Floorball YouTube. That's going to do it for us. Thank you again.